on my Biden. I almost called Biden Trudeau, but he's done way better. Oh, yeah. By a landslide, I think. And let's not forget, that's one problem. He's only lying to politicians.
What the fuck is that?
And there is no drizzle down. Not quite. So he's lowering. So Trump is lowering quite a significant amount of percentages. I don't know what it is, so I'm not gonna talk out my ass. But he's lowered the
I don't agree with that, by the way. Just specifying. I claim ignorance.
Cannot tax the $150 you make at Cracker Barrel the fucking last night or whatever, or at your bar or club, right? So he can't tax that. Before, he could tax it any way he wants. You can get your hands on his tits, on your tits, but no, you know, the American food inflation is 50% less here in Canada. I mean, granted, but yeah, there are more people, but
and their dollar's way less than ours, or way more than ours. I mean, isn't it almost like double? Almost.
I think
It's like 75% or something. I think it's like every $2, or 70 or something, or like $1.20 or something.
Yeah. I have to look up the exchange rate, but
yeah.
I know our dollar is hovering around like 74 cents.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, somewhere around 75 to 74.
Well, I wonder if it's possible for the dollar to do both, and is that bad, or is that good? I don't know.
They'll probably crumble the market.
Yeah, probably.
All I'm picturing is that fucking one scene from Rick and Morty where Rick takes the dollar value and just turns it to zero. And it's like, well, I guess the dollar means nothing. Oh yeah, but about that one point about the waiters shit though, that wasn't so much for the minimum wage workers. For the sole fact that they get paid roughly $5 on the end. Because
Americans look way lower here in Canada.
Yeah, and waiters themselves is way lower than their average, because companies can use the excuse that when people tip, that pays their wage. So employers are able to use the tipping as an excuse to pay survivable wages. Yeah, and essentially they're making, and that tips are nothing more than if
that waiter or waitress doesn't get the amount of tips they need, then it doesn't really make a difference, though.
Exactly. How many times do you tip a McDonald's worker? I know Canada's different, but we're just saying if we were in America, exactly, never. And if I do, it's like 25 cents, whatever change I had.
Even at Subway, it's like, why do you want? Why am I tipping you? We made this sandwich together.
Exactly. So essentially they are saying, hey, I know you are for sure working for shift, but your pay is completely dependent on the customers that you are serving. You could work 12-hour shifts, but you might only make $200 that day. No, not even that day, because that's a good paycheck. You might make $300, $400 that week. Yeah, you might only make fucking less than $100 a day. If you're making $5 an hour, 12 hours, it's fucking what, $120? No, not even. $60?
Well, okay, maybe that wasn't for quite the average middle class worker, but Doge made $175 billion worth of cuts when Elon Musk had his 130 days in office, and people are like, oh, he got fired. No, he only had 130 days under his position. That position you can only do for so many times, or for such long. But Elon, as bad as a politician he is, I don't like him, but he did one good thing. Each American taxpayer is going to get $1,050 and some odd cents for a one-time payment or precision check. And apparently Trump says there's going to be more Doge cuts in the future. So this ain't going to be the only time taxpayers are getting a little gift from Donnie.
Yeah, but there's always fucking some kind of catch with that shit. Always, even with CERB, there's a catch with it. You have to pay back all those tax dollars.
Like he pretty much just took the foreign aid and said, yeah, that's dead weight. Yeah, we don't need $100 billion to know what two genders are. Yeah, we're giving a lot to all these terrorist organizations, and America actually was. So,
yeah, but like, also look at the fact that like, yeah, he's giving money to them, but like, look at their educational score, their fucking healthcare, their fucking any number of shit that other first world countries are thriving doing that America is crumbling at. And not crumbling, but not doing very well.
America has to find a way to get universal health care like Canada. They would be way better. They'd be way better.
It's not that they don't have a way, they don't want to.
Well, no, they have too many people. They have too many people to be able to enforce it for everybody, right? So here in Canada, we only have 22 million taxpayers, 41 million citizens, right? So to give free health care to 41 million people is not that hard. But
then that's the thing too, is you don't even have to give free health care completely. Because any of the above minimum wage workers tend to get insurance from their exactly.
But to give health care to what?
You would only need to cover, I don't know exactly the number for it, but you would only need to cover, say, all the populace that's making under $20,000 a year.
Yeah, and you only have to cover the deductible under certain insurance policies.
Yeah, like anybody who's making under $20,000 a year, you're accepted to free healthcare. Like if we're going into where the money is, we don't know where money's going to in America. But like, even if we don't talk about the massive military budget in that case, because they could cut some of that shit at plenty of money. But even if we just take funding from other shit, even if we just take the foreign, that into fucking healthcare.
Did you know that the U.S. G7 has the most contributed money at 29.2% of the